What you're about to watch and listen to in this content will alter your current state and change your perception about what you call reality. Hidden truth that makes you ask uncomfortable questions and seek path that only few dares and that few are free and living in abundant. This will give you a fresh template upon which you will see how cunning the world is and start fresh to reinvent your world. From trash to treasures. Yo, I am Dr. Cool, your tech hub and expo, your one-stop channel for groundbreaking technology. Get inspired, get discovered. Your unique story is very important to us as collective individual, innovator or industry. Every positive effort you put up out there is one among many key ingredients that makes life worth living. Regardless of your race, gender, religion or ethnicity, everyone deserves to be heard, and that is the reason for rebirth of this channel. With that said, let's get back to our today's show, shall we?
Come on, Cap.
It is important, the hidden matrix, the war you never knew you were in. Something seismic is happening. It's subtle, it's psychological, and it's engineered. But it's shaking the digital landscape and the global consciousness. You see, while you're hustling, running circles, trying to survive and make sense of this system, there's a larger script at play, a dark game that has been written not by you but for you. And now finally people are waking up. Let me tell you about a man named Julian Brown, a US-based African-American innovator who's shutting down the internet, not with memes, not with drama, but by literally turning plastic waste into clean fuel. A process so groundbreaking that cars, generators, and yes, even planes can run on it. Over 8 million tons of plastic are dumped into our oceans annually. Imagine harnessing even 30% of that to power our vehicles and economies. But here's the twist. This isn't just about fuel, this is about freedom, and the system hates that. See, the plastic-to-fuel innovation represents something bigger. It's about breaking the chokehold of fossil fuel monopolies. It's about ordinary people generating their own energy. And that, my friend, threatens the entire pyramid, because once you're energy independent, you're economically ungovernable. But ask yourself, why don't we already have this technology everywhere? Because the system isn't built to liberate you. It's built to control you. Let's take a deeper dive into the world of groundbreaking innovation. Ever heard of Maxwell Chikumbutso, a brilliant Zimbabwean inventor who created a self-powered generator, a system that runs without any external fuel? His innovation defies the physics we're taught in school. That's right, the same physics we've been conditioned to worship. His work isn't just a breakthrough in energy, it's a threat to the global consumer grid, a grid designed to keep you paying for gas, electricity, repairs, upgrades, while they spoon-feed you distractions and division. They don't want you asking questions. They want you obedient, docile, confused. Enter the true villain of this modern tale, John D. Rockefeller. Yes, remember that name. This man didn't just build the oil empire, he built the mental empire you live in. He funded education systems that train obedient workers, not critical thinkers. He restructured medicine to prioritize pharmaceuticals over healing, turning humans into lifelong customers. His influence bred a system where curing diseases would be bad for business. That's not a conspiracy, that's recorded history. He didn't just monopolize oil, he monopolized thought. And if you think it ended there, think again. The world map you know, that colorful rectangle hung in classrooms, is a lie. The Mercator projection inflated Western countries like the USA and Europe, while shrinking continents like Africa and South America. The map itself was weaponized to reinforce superiority complexes, to condition your perception, to divide and rule. Now here's the part that really twists the matrix. What if I told you that you can walk from India to America? No, not swim, not take a boat, actually walk via land bridges that once existed and are hidden in old maps. What if I told you modern flight paths are illogical on purpose? Why did the colonialists have no trouble reaching Africa in the 16th century without planes? And now we act like Africa is 10,000 miles of isolation that needs 6 visas and a $1,000 flight. Because it's a trap. They want your mobility limited, by borders, by laws, by fuel, by fear. And when you think of freedom, you only picture the West, the USA, Europe. They painted Africa as a hellhole, but in reality, Africa is abundant in resources, innovation, and opportunity. They hide that because if you knew the truth, you might pack your bags and go there.
You guys, TikTok just took another account from me. That would be the 3rd account in less than a year. What's crazy is I just decided to make another account 3 weeks ago. I just got that account to about 7,000, close for me to be able to monetize on it. And TikTok took my account again for one reason and one reason only. The Chinese that controls this app does not want you to know as the consumer that China is not foreign, it is domestic. and that China is in driving distance from America. I don't give a fuck. Take this one too, because this message will be heard. You guys, type in map of Tartaria. It's going to pull up a one world map, right? That map is going to look similar to this, right? What they don't want you to know is that this is China right here, right here. China is in driving distance from the United States. Africa is right here. The Red Sea is right here, which means California is right here because the Red Sea is California that broke off from Africa. So you can come all the way over here and realize that China is fucking driving distance from us, you guys, and they're lying about their geography so that way they can hold on to the attempts of keeping us as a consumer of their products, right, disguised as foreign goods when it's really domestic. Y'all keep trying to take my video and ban me, but I'm gonna keep uploading these motherfuckers.
How long have you been walking? All day?
All day.
Did you fly into Mexico and then walk the rest?
Walk.
But where did you fly into?
What?
Where did you fly into? What city?
No, only walking.
How do you walk from India?
Yes, Banana.
Are you from India too?
Pakistan.
Oh, Pakistan. Oh, Pakistan? Pakistan?
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. Keep in mind, he said
And how
Bangladesh.
did you guys fly into Mexico and then walk in the rest of the way? Walk? How did?
I told you, gang, that America is lying to us, right? They're saying that they walked, like I've been telling you, they walked from India and they walked from Pakistan. Now, if you look at the old map of Tartaria, and this is what I've been saying, right? This is India. This is East India, East Pakistan, right? So here is Bangladesh, because that guy said he's from Bangladesh. So within this area, like I've been telling you, you could literally walk to America. They have been lying to us about where these people are, where we are. This is why those immigrants were taking buses, not planes. They were driving, getting dropped off to America. Y'all need to wake up. And if you think I'm capping, it says Bangla right here, India, extra. So on the old maps, right, Bangladesh is here. They walked to America. We starting to wake up, you guys. We starting to realize that when they talk about building a wall, it went over your heads to realize that the geographical area that they're talking about is a lie. The wall is just to confuse you, to try to keep you locked into the lies that they've been telling you ever since grade school. Now you know why they keep sending your jobs to India and China, because they're right around the corner.
Did you hear that? She was busy asking how they landed. How can they land if they never fly? That's the secret they hide. You can walk from India, Africa to America and drive from China to America. However, the rigged map doesn't show you that. Let's talk population. They told you overpopulation was a problem. They screamed about it through the 70s, 80s and 90s, and now they're screaming about underpopulation. Japan, China, Europe, the US, all are facing birth rate collapse. A controlled social experiment where humans are pushed toward extinction in silence. It's not population they fear, it's empowered population. That's why knowledge is restricted. That's why they sell you survival, not thriving. Now here's the part that really twists the matrix. The skylines sold you a lie. You see shiny buildings, fast trains, luxury cars, and you think this must be heaven. But it's bait, consumer bait, because behind those skylines are cities drowning in debt, youth depression, workaholism, and a soul-deep emptiness. Back to Rockefeller. He helped reframe how people think about knowledge, science, geography, and medicine. He normalized obedience disguised as intelligence. He reshaped education to reward memory over mastery. He reoriented medicine to profit over cure. And now you wonder why our cars break down too quickly, why they guzzle fuel, why tech is sluggish on purpose. It's planned obsolescence, a strategy to keep you buying, fixing, and upgrading. Do you really think it's all coincidence? Roads in your city are straight, but highways between states curve like a roller coaster, wasting fuel, increasing maintenance. Every system around you is rigged to cost you more. Introduction to Julian Brown's Innovation. Speaking of Julian Brown, this young star built the entire machine that converts plastics into diesel and gasoline. I will be sharing clips of his groundbreaking innovations that is holding the internet hostage, shutting it down, and its bombshell is sending shockwaves into the hearts of big oil industries that have been more into turning humanity for the profits of a selected few. Here are clips from his TikTok account that explain the working principles and the process of his microwave machine that converts plastic waste into treasures, and how much it costs to turn plastic waste into fuel using his unique world-first microwave reactor that turns plastic waste into fuel.
Dude, I just made this from freaking plastic, bro.
Mates, you see this device behind me? It turns plastic into gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel.
Made over half a gallon of plastic diesel. Diesel I made from plastic waste. This is my plastic to fuel reactor. Now I've recently gotten my unique design patent pending, and I am in extravagant mental health.
What's up? I just finished running my plastic to fuel reactor behind me here. Let's see some of the fuel I got out, yeah?
Look at that. That's from plastic. This is real gasoline. This is plastiline. Gasoline I made from plastic waste. Plastiline, gasoline made from plastic. Oh yeah, baby! I'm going to be running this engine here off of plastic diesel. Back to the future is now! This is my microwave pyrolysis reactor. With it, I can turn all trash into fuel.
So I've seen a few comments asking how does my newly upgraded plastic to fuel reactor work? Well, let's go. First, we gotta shred plastic. And once this plastic is shredded, we gotta mix it with carbon. Mixing it with carbon allows it to better absorb microwaves. This machine does operate off of microwaves to provide the heating. After that, we then open up this valve here and we load in plastic. After the plastic is loaded in, we have blades on the inside of the chamber of the machine, and these will help kind of mix the plastic around. We turn the machine on with the microwaves, and actually you could see the plastic becomes this vapor. This is a petroleum vapor, and this petroleum vapor is then going to condense, and as you see, it's going to condense into liquids, and this becomes the oils or the fuel we collect. And I recently did a continuous upgrade to my machine, and basically this is a separate chamber on the top that is airlocked to double valve system, and this allows me to load in plastic while the machine is running. So as you can see here, plastic is falling in while the machine is on, and this keeps it airtight at the same time. This was a major upgrade that took a lot of work and time to implement, but it is recently just completed. And we do get oils at the end of this run here. However, we didn't get many because my continuous feed system did get clogged, unfortunately. So I was not able to load in as much plastic as I would like. But the idea of the continuous feed system is to increase the efficiency of the machine, because once the machine is already hot, loading in plastic is a lot more efficient than instead loading in plastic from the beginning and having to heat up the machine for a few hours.
We got the oil mixing. Everybody here can confirm for the cameras? Plastic diesel. Portland! This here is plastic diesel, a diesel alternative I made from plastic waste, verified by 2 independent labs to be cleaner than pump diesel. 100% made from mixed plastic waste, dirty plastic waste, contaminated plastic waste. This right here represents the future of all of humanity, because we will take this thing that has poisoned all of us, poisoned the planet, and we will turn it into fuel. And we're going to be running this 1994 Pajero off of plastic diesel. Diesel made from plastic waste, proving that plastic is not waste, but it is energy, and plastic is fuel. So Portland, are you guys ready? Yeah! And Portland, do you think the engine's gonna run? Yeah! Well, let's go ahead and put it in here. So Travis here, he's the one who has dedicated his vehicle. And Travis, before we do all this, I mean, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
I'm excited. I think it's definitely gonna work.
Yeah. Are you nervous at all?
I was nervous to begin with, but coming back with those lab tests, that's kind of what we want to see.
So we're priming it right now. All right, guys, you guys ready? Because we're about to get it started. Yeah. This is about to run off of 100% plastic waste. We're ready. There you are. Not even a stutter. Look at the jar. Jar is empty. Plastic diesel in that engine. So smooth, like it's no, not even a smell. So that's all we got. But we did it. Hey, how did you guys think the engine sounded? Smooth, yeah. There you go. Plastic diesel.
Addressing concerns and questions. Now, after watching those video clips, your hopes and curiosity have been stirred up, haven't they? You've got loads of thoughts, a mix of skepticism, both positive and negative. I can imagine you folks have questions like, is it usable in new model engines and old ones? Well, guess what? Julian Brown has answered that question perfectly, and here is a clip specifically tailored to addressing that brilliant question. Watch this clip, and I'll be right back afterwards. Gap 3S.
What's up, guys? Take a look at this. Plastiline, diesel. Gasoline, alternative made from plastic waste. Diesel, alternative made from plastic waste. Tried in old engines, new engines, large engines, small engines, 2 strokes, 4 strokes. Works, okay? But anyways, I sent out some samples a few weeks ago, and I got results back from my first lab. I'm not gonna spoil the results, but we're waiting on results from the second lab, so that way we can kind of get 2 independent studies and see. So I'm not gonna even hint, but if you can read body language, you can kind of tell. But anyways, I was just collecting some additional samples I'll be sending out to a different lab. And I got these glass bottles, and I just couldn't help but look at how nice and clean. Like, it's crazy to think this was made from plastic waste. And you know me and my machine doesn't, like, I don't put in clean plastic waste. I don't put in sorted plastic waste. I put in true plastic waste. I'm talking plastic waste with absolute shite on it. You know what I'm saying? Dirt, oil, food, grease. But it turns into this clean appearing fuel. I guess the results will show us if it's really clean, right? Appearing fuel, clean, and that actually works too, because like this stuff legit works in engines. We've tested it, like I said, over years and years in different engines. The only thing we haven't done at this point is a long range test, like a test where we put it in a fuel or in an engine, right? Open up the engine beforehand, see the spark plugs, do like 100 miles or something, or maybe more than that, maybe like 1,000 miles, right? The only reason I haven't done that is just purely quantity. You know, this machine is relatively small compared to, you know, humongous oil refineries. I'm not making gallons and gallons, hundreds of gallons by the day. I'm making, you know, maybe a few gallons a day at most. But anyways, yeah, that's what's up with that. And look, I got a plasma cutter. Thank you guys for your donations so much, because I'll be using this to cut out a really big little section on this right here. You see it? I'll be cutting that out, and then yeah, everything's gonna be cool. So thank you guys again for the support. Plastiline, baby.
As we delve into the environmental impact and offer some social commentary, it's important to consider the broader implications. How does this affect our planet and society at large? These are the questions we need to explore. Stay tuned as we unpack these complex issues and provide some insightful perspectives. The next question is, what's the environmental impact? Well, I think at this juncture you can follow him on TikTok. He has over 1 million followers on TikTok the last time I checked. There's one last clip I want you to watch from Julian, about most of you who are still pulling race cards and profiling people based on their skin color. You will be shocked at what actually went down. Things are changing in a way the Matrix will not find it easy to digest, as it's very uncomfortable to the very fabric of their own protocol and existence. I will be back shortly after this video.
One of my biggest pet peeves in my comment sections is when black people tell me, don't work with that white person because they're going to steal your stuff, they're going to colonize you, they're evil, don't work with them. And that is the stupidest thing ever. I just got solar panels donated to me by white people. My welding instructor that let me build my first ever reactor in school and taught me how to weld to build my reactor was a white person. My karate instructor that taught me discipline, that taught me the perseverance I needed to build my machines was a white person. And I learned great things from black people, great things from Asian people, great things from all races. And race doesn't even exist because we're spirits. This is just a shell. You're judging a tree not by its fruit, but by the color of its damn leaves. Why in the world do you think we're going to solve any issue on this planet by division? Why in the world do you think that we will get any closer to all being treated equally if you literally are treating the people that you want to treat you better the way that you don't want them to treat you? You say you don't want to be judged, you don't want them to think you're a thug or you're this or that, but you're giving them that right amount of judgment right from the beginning. You don't even know these people. These people I pull up to, I know, I talk to, they're donating, they love the project, they're supporting. But just because they were born a certain race, they're immediately evil. Don't work with them. That is the most racist thing I could freaking imagine. That is literally racist because if the cards were reversed, you already know damn well it'll be crazy. It'll be a race war going on. I can't stand that crap. If you're in my comments and you do that crap, get out of my comments with that. I am here to unite the world through solutions. I am here to unite people through solutions. The spirits we are, bring us back together as one. And I don't care what race you are. I don't even see it because I got blown up last year. And look at me, I'm as dark as it gets. I used to get made fun of in school for being so damn dark. And guess what my scars are? My scars are freaking white. Look at my leg. I am literally white down there. Because color is an illusion. It is material. It's of this material realm. It's not even real. We're not even of this body. And so, I don't care about that stupid statement that a certain race of people can't be racist. If you are judging somebody, not by their character, not by what they do, not by who they are, you don't even give them a chance to prove who they are, and you judge them immediately just because of their race. You are racist, and you need to stop because we need to bring the world together.
It's incredible, isn't it? Fascinating that the current generations are beginning to understand who the real villain is. The hands behind the division, racism, economic sabotage. Our unity is their weakness, our division is their weapons of choice. It's incredible. Isn't it fascinating that the current generations are beginning to understand who the real villain is? The hands behind the division, racism, and economic sabotage. Our unity is their weakness. Our division is their weapon of choice. And yet, in all this darkness, a light shines. Julian Brown, Maxwell Chikumbutso, Nikola Tesla, countless nameless inventors from Africa, Latin America, Southeast Asia, all building technologies that defy the script. The system's greatest fear? That you might see, that you might ask, that you might build your own world. The ripple effect of this truth is monumental. It means you can generate your own energy, travel without limits, heal without side effects, learn without indoctrination, and break free from the consumer rat race. They'll call it conspiracy. They always do until the evidence becomes undeniable. That's why we're sharing video clips. Real-world proof that highlights these claims, from flight path anomalies to suppressed patterns, from real self-powered machines to ancient maps showing land connections long erased. You need to see it because The Matrix isn't a movie, it's not fiction, it's the world you live in, and it's only real as long as you believe it is. So ask yourself, who benefits from your ignorance? And then ask, what if you just stopped running their race? What if you stepped off the hamster wheel and built your own machine? This is bigger than fuel, bigger than maps, bigger than tech. This is about your birthright to freedom. Now wake up.